Hello, I'm David Barrett, and welcome to the most comprehensive system for blues harmonica education available for beginning to professional skill-level players. Let me walk you through how bluesharmonica.com works. Let's say you want to develop your bending skills. You would start with understanding the mechanics of the bending process.
Bending is achieved by tuning your mouth to the pitch that you desire to achieve on the harmonica. So now we've talked about how the harmonica physically creates the bend. We know it's the draw reed and blow reed interacting together. The draw reed lowers its pitch, the blow reed gets excited, and in the full bend it's actually the blow reed doing all the vibration. So 3 draw is B, 3 blow is G. Again, we can bend anything in between them. Now, your ability to bend across the entire range of the harmonica is linked to your ability to be able to connect those 3 areas together.
For each of your studies, I include a PDF with both standard music notation and tablature of what we're studying. Knowing how to read music is not required, and only an A harmonica is needed to get started for beginning players. In these study songs, each chorus represents a couple weeks of work, focusing on placing the techniques and concepts you're studying into the context of music. Since I write these study songs, I gauge which techniques are used and where to maximize the efficiency of your learning process. For each study, I provide downloadable MP3s of me playing with a band at full, 15%, and 30% speeds for more efficient study. Take these study songs with you to practice when and where you want. As you're walking through your study, take time to watch what today's great players have to say about that technique.
The advanced bending skills with the 3-hole draw and stuff came from like listening to a lot of Mark's Hummel's playing and like and those types of exercises are very hard to, you know, just.
The thing about playing with, say, a little Walter record, you know, you have to perfect your bends to be able to play those licks. You know, if you're learning Roller Coaster, you have to, you know, there's licks like that. You know, if you don't do those exact, it's not going to sound like the song.
And I find that that's really one of the big shortcomings of a lot of players who are trying to get better, is that they just their bends don't sound good. And being able to, you know, to be able to in the places on the harp where you can be chromatic by using the proper bends, it's essential to have your intonation proper.
Any advice I can give to you on bends is get your tape recorder out, and if you have your little Casio keyboard, and you sit there and you play the note, and then you play it on the harmonica, and then you play the note a half step down and you play it on the harmonica, and you listen to it back on the tape recorder. And if it sounds exactly the same, then you're golden. If it's not, then you got work to do.
As you near completion of a study song, record yourself playing along to the provided jam track and submit it to me for evaluation. Any type and quality of recording is just fine for this purpose. Upon the completion of each study song, we then take out the best licks and work them into your improvising, a hugely important part of your studies to becoming a great blues harmonica player.
Last line, A. Turn A.
There are 6 bending studies in all. Other areas of focus are tongue blocking, tremolo and vibrato, cupping and hand techniques, first and third position playing, improvising, accompaniment, solo harmonica studies, otherwise known as chording or chugging, music theory, scales and patterns, performance training, and blues chromatic. There are currently over 3,000 lesson videos on the site, with more coming. You can study any subject at any time, but if you would like a comprehensive lesson track to follow, then use the Levels of Achievement program. Think of it as like earning a black belt for blues harmonica. More details are presented in the Levels of Achievement video on the homepage of this site. The equipment section is where I teach you about and how to work with amplifiers, microphones, effects, learning software, and is where I bring in experts to teach you how to customize your harmonicas and other gear. Contributors on the site add depth to your studies. Joe Tartaglia is our beginning student. Here's intermediate student Ryan Walker. Watch their actual private lessons with me as we go through the same material you're studying on the site. You'll benefit greatly from the discussions that happen in these lessons. Contributor Mark Hummel shares his experiences on the road and his perspective on playing blues harmonica. Gary Smith joins me at School of the Blues, where we explore concepts taught on the site and generally anything that interests us at that moment. As the world's leading expert on pre-war and country blues harmonica, I'm very proud to present video lessons by Joe Filisko. Share is where you upload your recent recordings for the bluesharmonica.com community to listen to and comment. We consistently conduct songwriting contests to keep you and the other students motivated to create. In many of these contests, winning students are given the opportunity to perform with their idols. Here's Stephen Troch, the winner of the King of the Swing contest, playing with Mark Hummel, Charlie Musselwhite, Sugar Ray Norcia, Billy Boy Arnold, and Curtis Salgado. The forum is where you'll find my tip of the day, where you communicate with others in the bluesharmonica.com community, ask questions to me as your instructor, as well as communicate with my team of harmonica playing and gear experts. You've already seen a couple interview snippets. Let's take a look at some other memorable cuts from these interviews, which can be viewed in their entirety on the site, each on average an hour and a half in length.
Shaky Horton decides to sit in, and he takes a D harp and a C harp, and he puts them back to back, like this. And he's holding, I see he's got these two harps and he's playing, holding the microphone. And I recognize, you know, second position. He's playing all this stuff. And then he, with a flourish, you know, turns it over, you know, and then starts playing this other stuff that I thought, what's that? That doesn't, because you can, your ear becomes familiar where you can tell what position somebody's playing. This didn't sound like anything I'd ever heard before. It didn't ring a bell. So I got over next to him when he got through. I said, "What's that other harp you got?" And he showed me it was a C. Mm-hmm. I said, "You're playing in the key of A on a C?" He said, "Yeah." And I thought, wow, fourth position. I didn't even know there was a fourth position. I thought this was amazing. And about a week later, I saw little Walter in front of the I Spy Lounge on 63rd Street. And we're out on the sidewalk talking. I said, "Hey, Walter, I saw Shaky playing in the key of A on a C harmonica. I never heard of such a thing." And Walter just said, "Oh, that ain't nothing. You can play an E on a C harp too. You can play E on a C harp."
Playing that stuff over kind of a swing beat, like a 2-beat kind of thing, and just, there's really a lot of freedom to it. It doesn't seem like it at first, for all you people out there who might be not that familiar with third position. There's an aptitude for that, for the swingy kind of stuff with that. And then when you go to that 4, you can do that piano, that Otis Spann piano.
Trying to play music for a living, blues, being a blues player out here and playing on these big festivals. And you have to come behind these guitar bands. And they got that guitar man out there strong, you know. That guitar is coming through the house, big time at the festival. And here you come with a little harmonica band that's playing kind of a jazzy influenced, you know, a certain idiom of this blues that we call it. And you got to get over. And you got to have a big sound. I found that playing that chromatic and hitting them octaves, you could make that kind of horn section sound and have a big sound on stage, man, and really make an impact.
I was playing with Bo Diddley, you know, this was just something to do till I got wherever I wanted to get. And he's the only guy that I ever actually played, you know, accompanied. I played behind Johnny Shines, when I was just starting out and I didn't have all the stuff together, you know. But playing with a band gives you a lot of support in accompanying people, you know. And you can do it on records too. You can sit down with the records and practice. And then I'll use this hand. Well, you do that too, you know. You want to have the different sounds, you know, so you can have it say ow, you know, ow, or it could say wow, wow.
If you just want to play a simple melody, and it's wonderful, but I'm not fond of fast, widdly-diddly third position playing in the middle and upper octaves, because a lot of the time the notes actually may not have anything to do with the chord changes, and many people kind of skate over the chord changes and hope that speed will cover any kind of harmonic dissonances, but I'm not a fan of that myself.
Let's say you want to play juke. You go to a jam session, you got juke all worked out, you know, and then you go on the bandstand and you're up there with, you know, a jam situation, guys you don't know, and you go, okay, we're going to do a shuffle in the key of E. And if you counted in, you got 4 guys that have a different shuffle in their mind. But even though it might come off a little loose, you're going to be much better off just going up there and just going, key of E, it's going to be a shuffle, and just go. You might be up there naked in the beginning, but it's going to give these guys the feel, and then all of a sudden they'll trickle in, and the next thing you know, the song is moving along.
So licks you can do down the bottom. Come out here.
You got my attention. I'm giving you my undivided attention. I'm going to make a commitment. I'm going to listen to you play. Are you going to try to play something that you know sounds good, that's proven to sound good, and keep my attention? Or are you going to try to take a chance and do something new and do something that you think is creative, where you may fall flat, hard on your face, and, you know, not move me? I would prefer, and I would recommend that students take the sure road and really try to do something tried and true, and then maybe deviate and go away from that a little bit once they lay down that foundation of sound.
In closing, bluesharmonica.com is an immersive learning experience that's unparalleled in the history of blues harmonica education. And with new material being added each day, there's no shortage of interesting things to study. Thank you to Hohner Harmonicas for their support and all of the artists that have contributed their expertise to the site. I look forward to working with you soon at bluesharmonica.com.